And the Pentagon is naming its campaign against suspected drug boats Operation Southern Spear. The defense secretary made the announcement on X, saying President Trump ordered action and the Department of War is delivering. A Pentagon official is also telling ABC about another deadly boat strike. Now, ABC News has confirmed President Trump has been briefed on updated options for potential military operations in Venezuela, including a strike on land. ABC News senior Pentagon reporter Louis Martinez has more on that. Hi, Louis. So what potential military options does the president have, especially with the world's largest aircraft carrier now in the Caribbean?
No, that's right, Diane. You now have the USS Gerald R. Ford in the area approaching Puerto Rico. And it seems that now we have to get to some decision points. And the decision points are what comes next. When you have such a powerful part of the U.S. military arsenal in the region, carries more than 60 aircraft, 4,000 more per sailors, you have to start asking yourself what comes next. And that's the question that many people are asking. And we do know that there was a briefing earlier this week where President Trump was provided military options. Those military options are being linked to what the administration calls Venezuela's narco-terrorism. That's the issue at hand here, the linkage between the Maduro regime and narco-terrorism. That's what the administration has been saying. So what we are hearing is that they're looking at options potentially at anything that's militarily linked to narco-terrorism. So potentially striking airfields, potentially striking at some of Venezuela's military assets, potentially even some other actions on the ground targeting Maduro himself. So a lot of things at play here, but again, as far as we're aware, no decisions. And again, it's just all a matter of what comes next, given that you have such a large U.S. military presence now in the Caribbean region, the largest in decades.
Maduro has mobilized Venezuela's military in response to the show of force in the Caribbean. What happens if the Trump administration launches a land strike in Venezuela?
Well, we're now getting into the area of speculation, Diane, because we really don't know. What we do know is that we're in this heightened rhetoric because you're hearing rhetoric from the United States where hegseth is continually, when he releases the word that there has been a new attack against one of these alleged drug smuggling vessels, he talks about the terror, the threat posed to the United States. Then we hear something back from the Venezuelans essentially saying we are not involved. And you hear them saying we are preparing militarily for any action. So when you hear the Maduro regime do this, it's kind of straightforward, actually, that you would kind of expect this kind of a response from a country that feels that you have a large U.S. military presence offshore. What does this mean for us? We have to prepare. But it's also a way for them to essentially prop up their public support because it's unclear if the United States does carry out military action against Venezuela, whether this means the Maduro regime could fall quickly or whether it might lead to a hardening of positions among Venezuelans supporting the Maduro regime.
All right, Louis Martinez.